The prosecution had stated at the start of its case that there had been no genuine considerations given to the viability of the crossover project. But today in court, the defense counsel in the CHC trial demonstrated that Kong Hee, Tan Yee Ping and Serena Wee, together with Wahyu Hanafi, had been very careful and conservative about budget projections and the performance of the crossover's English album. Hanafi continued on the stand today as defense counsel cross-examined him on the evidence given during the examination-in-chief last week. Senior counsel for Sharon Tan, Kanan Ramesh, took Hanafi through the 2007 and 2008 financial statements for FIRNA. Hanafi confirmed that FIRNA's business and financial state of affairs were fundamentally sound, and by end 2007, FIRNA's revenue had increased 40% even as it experienced normal cash flow challenges. It will also have been evident by the end of 2008 that the company was on an accelerated growth path, with net profits going up by 48.6% that year. By 2008, FIRNA made for a reasonably good prospect for CHC to invest in. It was a win-win situation for CHC and FIRNA to enter in a bond subscription agreement. CHC obtained a higher rate of return at 7% compared with bank deposit interests, and FIRNA enjoyed an attractive borrowing interest, a challenge since this was the period shortly after the Lehman Brothers meltdown. Hanafi gave evidence that there was no question that the FIRNA bonds of US $8 million would have been repaid. Michael Khoo, senior counsel for Chew Eng Han, also confirmed through Hanafi that Chew had gone to Jakarta to inspect FIRNA's factory as part of due diligence prior to CHC FIRNA bond subscription. Questioned about the legality of the bond transactions, Hanafi described the stringent measures Indonesian banks were taking against money laundering. Because this was a sensitive area at the time, Hanafi said that the auditors of the FIRNA books would have examined these transactions even more closely. That the auditors did not take issue with the CHC FIRNA bonds indicated that the bond transactions were legitimate. This afternoon, Edwin Tong, defense lawyer for Kong Hee, took Hanafi through a series of emails that saw Kong liaising in great detail with Justin Hertz, Sun Ho's US manager, regarding the crossover project. The emails discussed issues such as the promotion of Sun, including concerts, her appearances in award shows, and the choice of producers and songwriters for the English album. These showed that all costs of the US crossover mission was calculated with care, and every move was carefully thought out and planned. It was clear from the emails that Extron was result-oriented and wanted success in terms of building up Sun's profile. Hanafi stated that he had met with Hertz in Los Angeles in 2003 to convince himself as Extron's director on whether he was the right candidate to manage Sun's music career in the US. It was only in April 2005, after careful consideration, that Justin Hertz's management was engaged by Extron. Following that, Hertz stayed accountable to Extron and had provided detailed budgets and strategic plans charting Sun's music career. Hanafi agreed with Tong that he, with Kong and Tan Yee Ping, did not blindly agree to proposals and budgets by Hertz. His concern as an investor was that the plan had to be realistic and objective. This was consistent with Kong's conservative approach. Whatever investments made into the crossover project had to be done with reasonable prospect of recoupment, and the monies had to go back to Extron. Hanafi said that in his assessment, the investment was worth the risk because Sun's singles had already achieved #1 on the US and UK music charts, and she was hugely successful in Asia. Tong sought to establish that prior to 3rd July 2007, there was no discussion about using bonds as a manner of financing the crossover project. Chew and Tan Yee Ping had previously sourced for loans with a bank, but the transaction did not materialize due to high interest rates on the loan. Hanafi confirmed that he had been confident of the projection because had the album been launched as planned in 2010, Extron was set to recoup between $20 to $30 million in album sales, which would have covered all the costs it had put in over the years. The Defense Counsel will continue cross-examination of Hanafi tomorrow at 9:30 a.m. For more information, log on to citynews.sg. I'm Sandy Yeo for City News, Singapore.